What's happening, internet? How y'all doing, man? It's like ridiculously late. It's actually like past 2 a in the morning. I can't even tell you right now. It's crazy. I'm so like sleep deprived and um like really tipsy. Really, I'm just gonna. That's as far as it's gonna go. That's all I'm gonna say. But had a bunch of cousins come over tonight, slash last night. Now, technically, on a technicality, um, and we just hung out. We had some mad chats and some drinks, and I played FIFA and like had like a full on tournament and all that sort of stuff, and played Heads Up and just chilled out and reminisced and went over some like old videos and stuff like that of like all the different things that's happened over the years and everything, and it makes me really appreciate the fact that I have recorded a bunch of stuff on my phones over the years, over my different iPhones and all that sort of stuff, and I'm just really happy that I did, man. Like going over the things this morning of all the different like birthdays and events and all sorts of things that we were at together as a family, and to see how young we were, and to listen to like the banter that we had back then, and just to see the love and the actual event itself, and some people that aren't with us anymore, and just all that sort of stuff, just where we were and what it looked like then, and the way that we dressed and the way that we wore our hair, and all that sort of stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's just so wonderful that we were able to capture those moments, and despite people, like a lot of the time were um, like weren't always keen on me recording things and all that sort of stuff, and like everyone gets it. Everyone sort of gets a little bit like a bit funny, a little bit insecure, and all that sort of stuff of when the camera comes out, and then so it's like, oh, I'm not gonna talk because I don't like the way my voice sounds on like after it's been recorded and all that sort of stuff. Um, like despite all of those feelings towards me recording and everything, I'm actually really, really glad that I did record those moments and take photos and do like, even though I wasn't vlogging back then, I had the idea in my mind that I wanted to vlog, and I'm really glad that I sort of practiced and did those sorts of things, because that's why I did, like, not only the fact that it was obviously nice to capture those moments, but because I did actually want to vlog, and I'm really happy that I did those practice runs, because I've got all these moments and all these incredible memories of my family, and these events and all sorts of stuff, and how we looked and everything. Because when you reminisce and you chat about these sorts of things with whoever was there, in your mind you seem to place that individual, like how they look now in those particular scenarios, and you forget how they looked and how they dressed and the way they wore their hair, and whether or not they had facial hair, or the way they talked, and all sorts of things. Like in your mind, the way you remember it is exactly how you see those people now. Exactly how you see those people now, and not exactly what they were back then. And it's so incredible to actually have the ability to record and capture all those sorts of moments and everything. Like a photo's one thing, but to be able to hear how people sounded back then, and the phrases that they used, and all that sort of stuff is it's incredible, and I'm so glad that we actually did that. I know I said that like a bunch of times already right now in this vlog, but um, I love it. I really do, and I'm so happy that we were able to do that and experience that, because you know we're only here once. You know, we're only here once, and it's nice to be able to look back and and relive those memories through film or through uh, images and all that sort of stuff. You know, um, yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I did that. I really am. And yeah, beautiful, beautiful moments. And like reminiscing is so important. You know, it really is. But that being said, you know, the only time you should look back, the only time you should look back is to see how far you come. You know, and I do. I honestly do. I look back at those moments, and I can see how far that I've come as an individual, regardless of how magical those moments were and everything like that. And I do. I love that. I love those moments. I really do. I treasure them like forever and for the rest of my life. And since those moments, but at the same time, you really need to like look at back at those albums and your 21st album, and you know, like I don't know how old you are, but like your 30th, like you know, photos and other birthdays and all that sort of stuff. Like the only time you should really look back seriously is when is to see how far you've come, because you know you what, despite the fact like of the feels and the emotions of those moments, when you look back and you see that and you think to yourself like where you were mentally then, where you were physically then, where your ideas were and all that sort of stuff, when you look back now and you see that and you reflect on what you're doing right now or what you've done in the last few weeks and all that sort of stuff, you really start to understand that you know you've come so incredibly far and you're so much more driven now, or you're lacking this and you're lacking that. You really need to look back and see the differences that you've made within yourself and the people around you, to like as a like leading up to the result of where you are today. And that's so incredibly important. And we're going really long in this vlog again, so keep it real, keep it raw, most definitely organic. I'm gonna talk to y'all tomorrow, as I always do. Not always do, but like as of late, you know what I'm saying. Just don't, just don't. You know what I'm saying. Mad love. I'm gonna talk to y'all then. Deuces.